Hey guys, back for another video. This video is going to be about how you instantiate script machines and state machines to your game objects themselves using one master script machine. So the idea behind this is to make sure you can manage everything from one spot without having to go to each child and every game object and then have to hunt down your scripts and figure out what you're doing. This is one of the things I first thought of when I started using Unity back in January 2021. I didn't like having to go dig. I don't like doing that. So I asked around in the Discord, and somebody had a little bit of code, this little snippet here, and I'll post this down in the comments so everybody can use it. There's a one for 2021, which is here, which uses visual scripting. And then there's another version that I'll post that's used for the older versions, and that's using the 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐻𝐿 and the bolt. So we'll have both of them down there. So the first thing we're going to have to do is, once you get that script into your folder, I just call it X machine. What you're going to do is you're going to go into your bolt settings and you're going to regenerate your units. So because it is a new unit, you have to regenerate it so that it'll be added in. So you can type in X machine and then it'll be one of the units in your list. So what this thing does is it instantiates the script or the state machine to whatever game object you tell it to take in. So here we're coming in, I've got a start. I find the game object by name, and then I assign the script that I want sent to it. Now the null checks just make sure that if this does not exist, go ahead and stop and kill it so we don't crash out. We don't want it to stop, we just want it to keep going. And that's just a real easy check. So for each one of the game objects, so we have game object, this one just has one script. Here I have child one. So I have two scripts actually going to this game object. One of them is a flow machine and one is a state machine. So you can do as many as you'd like, and once you run it, it'll have all of them in there. And this one here is another flow machine. And then we also, down here, we have the Prefab Instantiate. Now the Prefab is just a little bit different in the way you have to manage those. The Prefab will not delete when you stop running the game. So you have to actually go in and deal with that by deleting. And we'll get into that part here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and run this and take a look at exactly what it does. So we're going to hit play. Okay, we're going to come back here, and so what we see here is each one of the game objects, it found the game objects and then instantiated the different scripts to everywhere it belongs. So in this instance here, we have game object, we check the inspector, and here's our script machine. And this script machine is object one script. So if we come back here and we stop, this game object does not have that script on it until I start playing. So at no time will you have script machines or state machines attached to any game object throughout the entire game. Everything is managed here. You don't add them anywhere because they will be deleted. So we go ahead and hit play again. We can take a look at this. So here we have child one. We've got two of them, the child state and the child script. So for child one, we have the state and the script machine. So it has both of them. So let's focus a little bit on the prefabs. Now the prefabs have to be handled differently. Everything in a prefab has to be in the resource folder if you want to be able to wipe out the state machine and flow machine. So each one of the prefabs, right now while it's running, it has the script on it. And what the other part of this does is it goes through and it actually deletes it off the asset. So the only way I could figure out how to do that was to take this and then load all the assets and get the component for the state machine and then destroy them. So you have to be careful with this, because if you accidentally don't set this like I did, it will wipe out all your assets. So do not use this on an active project until you know how it works. It will blow things up and you're not going to be happy about it, and you can't scream at me because I just gave you a really stern warning. So be careful. So make sure it works in an empty project or a clone of your project, and then go from there. So that's about all there is to it. So this comes in, it will destroy everything on the prefabs on load and on disable. So as soon as you stop the game, it's going to come in here and wipe out all these off the prefab. When it starts, it's going to add them to the prefab. These here will take the scripts and add them to all the different game objects. Managing them this way gives you the ability to kind of have everything centralized and makes it really simple. So if I want to have a prefab added to 5 different things, I just go through here and add those 5, and then I can manipulate them however I want, versus clicking on the child, going into each game object, and going through the list. It just saves a lot of time and a lot of effort. So hopefully this will help people. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day. Thanks.